Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. You know every like person who do YouTube and everything. Welcome back to my channel. Make sure that you like, that you comment. See, I ain't supposed to say it. That's what I'm joking. And you subscribe. Yeah, do all of that if you really want to. I don't never push it, but maybe I should. Welcome back to my channel, babes. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But y'all wanted to come on here and do like a really real authentic video. First of all, my kids and I, we have like colds and stuff. And so my brother-in-law, he sent me like this remedy using oranges and stuff. And so I'm going to oranges. So let me get all the contents out. Everything needed. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Because this oranges is salt. And it's really honey, and it's hot water. So I need to make some hot water. But I thought that this would be a perfect time to do story time. So I've been trying to get through this story time for like, y'all, it's been like a couple days now, and I just have not been able to get through the story time that I started on when I'm gonna say it was when I started. It probably was like Friday. It's now Monday, and I tried to record 2 different times, and I just haven't been able to get through it. And I think because my heart posture from when I was originally talking about it wasn't. I'm not gonna say it wasn't right, because it's always coming from a genuine place, but my heart posture was just like more emotional, you know, versus now I don't even want to use the word emotional. My heart posture was like irritable. It was like irritated. But now I think I'm more like not emotional, but I think I'm just more emotionally balanced and wise. That's and wise in my choice to speak up right now. Let me get this water popping first. But yes, I need this water because for me and Sanaya, I'm gonna make us like, Starbucks had like medicine balls. Well, I'm making me and Sanaya kind of like a homemade natural medicine ball, because Sanaya, as I mentioned earlier, Sanaya has a play on Friday. She's rehearsing all this week for her play. She was a play on Friday, but she woke up this morning and just was not feeling well. And then to make matters worse, y'all, when I picked her up from school, she was like, oh my God, like my throat hurts. It hurts for me even to talk. So I'm like, I gotta make sure that she's okay before Friday comes. Omari's in his room watching TV. So I had originally talked about the name of the video is and still gonna be Humans Are Weird. First of all, get to this beat, y'all. So I had a shoot that I can't really talk about, maybe, but I can't talk about it on the story time. But I had a shoot, and so Kayla came and she did my makeup for me, and I'm just so grateful because I like a nice natural, like soft beat. Where was I going with what I was saying? Excuse me, brain fart. Just to make sure of everything. No, but I know what I was gonna say. So the title of the video is going to be Humans Are Weird, right? And it all started because, like, man, I am such a relational person. Like, I love to build relationship with like-minded people, especially like-minded moms or just women. They don't have to be black women, but just women in general. I just love building like genuinely authentic relationship. I love building on that relationship's foundation. I love like creating community and or even being a part of community, right? And so of course I'm smart and not just allowing anybody to like be a part of my community, because everybody doesn't have your best interest at heart. But I will say that the era of social media has made that just like so weird. So what ignited me to want to do such a video is, man, I'll be on social media, like whether it's my Instagram, whether it's, yeah, just my Instagram, because Facebook, I would say, is a different audience. Keep in mind that every platform, different audience, different target age group. But Facebook is really family and friends from like high school back home in Baltimore. But, so I'll be on Instagram and I'll be posting, whether it to be my stories or, you know, just on my page or whatever, just posting, you know, just me, being me, authentic. And, you know, people will comment or people will start sending me DMs and like we'll be talking back and forth. Every time I post something, it's just like, and you know, I'll go to somebody's page and I'll check it out or whatever. But and keep in mind that I don't consider us talking in comments or in DMs to be friends at all. You know, first of all, that F word is very big to me. I don't consider a lot of people friends. So I will say, out of everybody that I know, I have a solid friend group of at least like 7, and one of them happens to be my sister, who is like my best friend. Outside of my other best friend, my sister's my best friend. So, yeah, I said that to say I don't just call people friends. But what I do expect is if we have a conversation over and over on Instagram or just wherever, like, you know, and then I see you at an event, that we communicate, you know, at the very, very, very least, be unafraid to say hello to one another, right? And so I'll see somebody that I recognize maybe from social media at an event, and I'm just like, hey, because that's me, you know. To know me is to know that I'm just gonna be me in every situation. I just be like, hey, and it'd be like, am I like Casper the Friendly Ghost or something? Like, are they seeing through me? Because it's either like, it's like I don't know what it is. For a while, I was like, maybe they'll recognize me, you know, because I changed up my hair and everything a lot. And then another part of me was like, maybe they are like introverted, you know, like maybe they're afraid. Or I'm just like, maybe they're just weird, bro, and will rather talk to you on social media than in person. And they just like being awkward, right? So I had all those 3 things like come to mind when I think about interaction with people. And then I went a little bit deeper and I was just like, no, bro, it's deeper than that. Social media is like really screwing people up. It's really screwing us up, right? And of course, a lot of people think that. And then I saw this interview with Kevin Hart and J. Cole. And in the interview, J. Cole was just like, man, his world started to revolve around what he posts on social media and how many people liked it within minutes. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it started to be like an ego thing. And then, you know, he talked about, you know, how social media is really messing up people's communication skills. And it's just not... And I will say it's millennials and what is that, Gen Z. I'm not even gonna say the people before us because, and I don't know what to call them. That's why I say people before us, because man, let me tell you something. My family, or even people that I don't know, that older people that start following me, whether it be on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, man, if I see them in public, they gonna be the first ones to open their mouth and speak. And it's because they still value communication. I mean, like talking on the phone, and it's partly because maybe they don't know how to work all the technology stuff, but they still value that aspect of like humanhood. And I don't even know if humanhood is a word, but humanhood, I'm gonna say it. And so when he said that, I was like, man, that kind of like makes me think about what I've been feeling with, you know, social media and this whole like, man, people don't know how to hold conversations. People, I would say humans don't know how to hold conversations anymore. Humans don't know how to forge genuine relationships, not like a give and take relationship, but just a relationship that is heartwarming, that flows from the heart, that's like for real, you know. Humans just don't know how to build anything outside of social media, right? If we think about it, man, and this is not to down social media, because social media is a blessing to so many people, including myself. But if social media left today or tomorrow, do you know how many businesses would collapse? You know what I'm saying? And then COVID just made you more innovative when it came to, you know, digital media and social media, stuff like that. COVID just made it like, it just heightened everything. Because we had no choice for what, 2 years? And to some degree, some people have never gone back into an office space. People still work remotely. So, I mean, it's just a weird space that we are in, I'll say. And it makes it even harder when you're trying to genuinely forge relationships, you know. And then social media, and this, again, this is only if you allow it, but even when I talk to people, it's created such a, like, how can I put this? Insecurity. You know what I'm saying? It's created such an insecurity in so many different, like, the dopest of dope people. You know, I'm talking about CEOs, CFOs. I'm talking about like really, really amazing people. Sometimes or oftentimes feel less than because of a number reach, or, you know, and now your social media is taking up to, you got to be this check, this blue check, and people paying for checks because checks are just so important that I got to pay for it just so I can be seen as somebody in the know. Man, and then, man, I could go so deep with this. It's just like, and then I think about, again, it's me as a writer, as an interviewer, as a host. Like, I like to go deep. My word is done, but I like to go deeper with people. And I'm not gonna say any names, but I'm not gonna say any names just because I don't do mess. You know what I'm saying? And one person's no is another person's yes, right? And so you just got to be grateful and enjoy the journey. So all that to say, I pitched an idea to a network, and I'm not gonna tell you the idea, but it was such a dope idea. And I'm not just saying it because of my idea, but I've spoken to several different people. But the idea was about humanizing a certain group of people. Like, we look at these people sometimes as robots, you know. We look at these people sometimes as individuals who are just defined by their flaws. Very rarely do we focus on the good or how they got to where they are. Like, so I pitched this whole thing about humanizing a certain group of people. And the CEO of this network loved the idea, you know. He just merely stated that, unfortunately, we live in a world today where everybody is so engrossed with ratchet reality TV that anything of substance or, you know, like something like that is a risk for a lot of networks, because the numbers aren't just going to jump or bounce. Like, if you put out I'm not gonna say names of those shows, but if you put out a show that's just like ratchet, the numbers aren't gonna jump like that. So you're like taking a risk when you do something like that. And I was just like, wow. So like, I had the thought, then I see the interview with J. Cole and Kevin Hart. Then I pitch this idea and I get this response, and I'm just like, humans are so freaking weird, like, and not in a bad way, but in a, oh my God, this is what we have come to as a society way. Like, bruh, y'all would rather watch us beat each other up on television, verbally, mentally, physically, and make money off of us than to put out content of substance. And of course you can still make money, but it's changing the way somebody thinks about somebody that y'all already done put out in the limelight that's just bad. You know, it's painting a picture for them, but painting it in another light. Y'all would rather these people look like this versus actually having a deeper conversation and like getting to the root and meaning. And like, man, it's just, it was so disheartening. And I'm not even gonna lie, for a second I was like, maybe I'm just not cut out for this, because I value people. Like, I value communication. I value getting to know. Like, humans intrigue me. You know, I value getting to know the way somebody's mind works and ticks. Like, I value getting to know a person because I could potentially grow from the conversation, you know? So, and that person we could pour into each other. I loved interviewing on radio because my interviews always took a turn, man. They always took an unexpected turn. And we ended up talking about something that was so not on the cards, but that was just so healing. And it felt like a feeling of just like relief and wow, you know? And sometimes, you know, it'd be strictly interviews. Sometimes it'd be like, oh my God, you heard me. I felt hurt. And then sometimes like, oh my God, Kiara, you heard me, you know? And so I know that there are still people out there who value human interaction, genuine human interaction and relationship. But I think like social media and the world and all of this stuff has just like clogged our memories so much that we have forgotten, right? Yeah, so I just been like focused on, man, like creating content. Like I said in another story time, just like when I gave y'all tips on what to do to prepare for an interview, just like creating content, man, that just feels good to me, you know? Not because anybody will watch. If somebody watches it, that's good. But like, man, I just want to create genuine content that feels good. Like, that somebody can be like, oh, I didn't know that about that person. And, or like, man, I was going through that. And it feels good to know that I wasn't the only one. Or I was going through that. Or I am going through that. And it feels good to know that there's another side. You know, and yo, building community is so important, man. When you out and you see your sisters, you see your brothers, man, go dap them up. Hey, y'all, we even if you have to, like, somebody has to be the person who breaks the whole awkwardness. Like, even if you got to be that person, like, hey, we follow each other on social media. I mean, I know you probably follow a lot of different people or whatever. You probably comment, talk to a lot of different people, but I'm Kiara and we had a few exchanges and I just want to say hi, you know, like, I just want to say hi. It's a pleasure to finally put a face to that. You know what I'm saying? Even if you got to be that person a few times, man, just create that vibe, create that feeling, create that synergy, because it's so important. You never know. That person could just be needing your hug. That person could just be needing your relationship in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, that person could have had a crazy week and life could have been lifing and they still showed up, and now they don't know how to like break down the wall and or change their attitude or shift it. And so, you know, being around somebody like you might change it. So I titled this Humans Are Weird. And I'm one of them weird creative humans myself, I will say. But I think I want to end it by saying humans are weird because with an ever-changing world in relationship and finances and career and self and mental and parenthood and just everything, with an ever-evolving world, humans become weird because we adapt to the things or thing that puts a shield up for us, yet still makes us feel seen, if that makes sense to you. We latch on to stuff that still gives us that protective shield that we need, yet still makes us feel seen. Like, that's the best way I can put it. Social media still gives us that shield because, hey, I don't gotta interact with y'all. I don't really gotta talk to y'all. I don't really gotta be on that with y'all, but and I can still pretend like everything good when everything could be going haywire behind the wall. But y'all still see me because y'all still seeing the fakeness and the fraud that I'm putting out or whatever. And I know I said that was going to be the last thing, but I do want to say this. I watched this sermon, and I actually started the sermon. I didn't finish it. So I'm being honest and say I got to finish this sermon. But my group leader sent me a sermon by Darius Daniels this morning on the way into town to the photo shoot. And he was basically stressing the importance of God not being able to bless you unless you are being authentically yourself. God needs you in your full authenticity before he can bless you. And he also talked about how sometimes we get so caught up in the lie that the lie becomes our truth. Like, we say the lie so much that the lie actually becomes what we believe. It becomes what we walk out. It becomes what others begin to believe until a shield has to be broken down. You know, so in order for, and I'm not going to say in order for God to bless you, because God going to bless you. God is just a big God. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, if you genuinely want to tap into your purpose and where God is taking you in this next season, or even in this season of your life, I would challenge you to sit down and figure out ways in which you haven't been showing up as a true representation of who you are, and change that. Change it. And that's how I leave it. Man, I don't know if I should put the other clips in here from when I started this. I think I'm gonna put them at the end, but yeah, that's how I started this whole humans are weird thing. Kind of went on a tangent, but all right, y'all. I wanted to do the story time because one, I felt beautiful. Number two, it was like I was forcing it over the past couple of days to kind of get it done, and nothing was like working. And I'm like, man, as I was driving home, I'm like, God, just let it flow from the heart. And it actually just did. So hopefully in this 23 minute video, everything that I said made sense to you. All right, y'all. Peace.